Everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a faux double step card or a faux double stepper card. I've heard it both ways, but you know what? Let me just show you what I mean. So this is what it looks like. It has 2 steps, but instead of all the complicated measuring and cutting, this version does not have that. And the tall piece can easily go in the center or on either side. And it's pretty simple, and even if you are a beginner, you can do this. So this is not the piece of cardstock that I'm going to be using, and as you can see, this one is already scored. But I did this because I thought it might make it easier for you to see on camera. So what you're going to need is a piece of cardstock that is 7 inches by 11 inches, okay? And you're going to score that at 1 1/4 inches, 2 1/2 inches, 4 1/4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 1/2 inches. And then starting with the wider areas first, we're going to go mountain fold, then valley fold, then mountain fold, valley fold, and mountain fold, and it will look like this, and when it stands up it will look like that, which is better to see at a different angle. But that is the base piece. For this piece you are going to need 3 3/4 inches by 10 inches, and we're just going to score that in half right there at 5 inches and fold that mountain fold just like that. And now we have these 2 pieces. So this is your double step piece, which is the base piece, and it's 7 inches across, and this is 5 inches tall, which when put together will make this card 5 by 7 because it will be 5 by 7. And the way that this goes together is you are going to glue this right here on this piece right here, and the back will get glued right to the back of that. And you'll see when I actually make mine how, they line up. So they're not going to be, all funky. It will all line up. And you can put this piece anywhere you want. You can have it down at one end, you can have it in the middle, you can have it at the other end, however it works for how you're decorating your card. And so that is how easy it is to make this. And of course, you'll get to see it in better pictures when I make mine. Next, I wanted to give you the dimensions for the layers, because when I make my card, I'm not going to be using the standard layers, but I knew that you would want to know that. And again, I'm using colors that I think will stand out so you can see them easily. And I'm looking at this thinking I can make a fall themed card out of this next. So let's go over the layers. So all of the yellow ones that you see, those will be the first layers. So let me bring this over here, and they go on like this. So we have the 1 by 6 3/4. Then we're going to have the 1 1/2 by 6 3/4. And then we are going to have the 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. So those are all the first layers. And I'm going to set those back out. The next layers are the layers that go on top of that, like this. So you'll have that layer, and maybe that's all you want. You may not want another layer. I'm just showing you this just in case you do want an additional layer, and that will go over the top of that, okay? And it's going to be the same thing all the way through like I just showed you. So here they all are, and you can pause and write down those measurements if you would like, but those are for 1 or 2 layers on these. And it's the same thing. Here is the other piece, and the first layer for that would be 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And if you wanted an additional layer, then the next one would be 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So those are the layers that you're going to need, whether you're using just one layer or if you're using 2 layers. All right, so like I said, you can pause and write all that down if you would like. And now we're going to move on. These are the papers that I decided to use, and it's hard to tell on camera, but one of them is a light blue ombre, and I thought that would be perfect for the ocean and sky. And the other one is kind of a peachy beige ombre that I thought would be perfect for the sandy beach. So I told you I'm going to be doing my layers a little bit different, and so I have cut the first 2 a little bit bigger than they need to be, because this is what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be tearing them, and then after I tear them, I am going to be inking them. And that's because I don't want a blunt edge. This is supposed to be sand. You know, this is the one I'm going to be doing is a beach scene. And so, like I said, I just made it about a 1/2 inch longer than it needed to be. And, you know, I haven't measured it up. Let me see. Okay, let me put that up against there. And actually, I like it. I think it is the right height. So that'll be perfect. And then next, I'm going to be inking it. And the ink I'm using is from Close to My Heart, which is a company that has already gone out of business. And so I'm just using my blending brush, and I'm going to be tapping it off because, as you can see, it's a little bit dark, and I don't want it to be that dark. So I'm just going along the edges. I just kind of want to cover up that white edge and, you know, leave a little, I don't know, shadow, a little texture. And just, as soon as I get this done, I'm going to show you. And then I'll do the other one off camera. But hold on 1 second here. Okay, let's see if you can see that. Looks like it shows up pretty good on camera. And so I'm just really happy with how that turned out. And I might even put some around the edge. I am not sure yet, but that's what I'm doing. And so again, I'm going to be tearing the top just like I did this one, and also inking it. And then this one will be at the very back. So let me grab this. And there's no reason for me to tear that because it's going to be at the top. So whereas this, I want it to kind of come above a little bit. So anyways, that's what I'm doing, and I'll be right back. And while I'm doing that, I also want to show you how I created the background for the wave. I just happened to have another piece of cardstock that I had die cut the wave out of for something else, and I'm using that as a stencil, and I'm inking that area with a blending brush, and it creates the perfect area for the die cut wave that's going to be going there. Okay, and it's time to start putting this together. And while I'm doing this, I will let you know that the decorating part I'm actually going to do off camera to save time. And as most of you know, my tutorials are about how to make the card fold, and then to show you how I've decorated it to inspire you, but not to show you how to decorate it exactly like I did. In other words, I don't need to tell you what color to make things or where to place things or anything like that, or how to get glue on things. But, you know, I just wanted to show you guys how to make this a really awesome card fold. And that is what I'm doing. And like I said, it is a little bit, you know, different than the basic directions, which is what I gave you at the beginning. And the card fold itself, I'm keeping the same. It's just that I'm doing the layers differently. In fact, I was really tempted to not leave a border at all. But than I decided to, and I may regret that later. I didn't leave a border around this. Okay, so I've got that piece in, and now, oh, wait a minute. Oh, there it is. I just want to make sure I had all of my pieces. Okay, so this will be the next one. And it's just, it's a beach scene, you know? I mean, it's summer, everybody. This is summer. And I know we've been doing Christmas in July, and this is still July, but I just really wanted to do something summery. So, summery. Not summery like summarizing, but summery like it is summer. And I just wanted to do something that reflected summer. So let me kind of push that down a little bit there. Make sure I have things lined up good. Okay, now, before I put this piece on the very front, I am actually going to put this piece on because I want this to go over the top of that. I still want it to be, you know, the shore, the sandy shore. And look at this. Let me put it to where you can see it. Sorry. It's really hard when the camera is up here and I am down here and, you know, trying to show you all of my different layers. So I'm going to put this one on first, and I'm going to put it more off to one side. I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is grab a pencil, and I'm going to mark on the back of this piece where to put the glue so that I don't have the glue up too high. So I'm just going to kind of come in and put a little mark on each side, like so. And you can see it's right there. And so I'm just going to put my glue right across there. And bring this together, lay it out, and line that up with the bottom, like so. Okay, and I'm making sure that everything is lined up evenly across the bottom of this. Okay, and then I'm going to be attaching this to the back. So I'm folding everything flat and bringing that down, and just like on the front, I'm just going to kind of reach under here a little bit on each side, just to kind of mark where to put the glue. And actually at this point, I could just mark here and, you know, put it on the back. But I've already done it this way. Just keep in mind, if you would like to put it on here first, just kind of give yourself an idea. And actually with that already attached, you know what, I think I'm going to do it that way. Even though I've already put the marks, just ignore me. So I am just going to add the glue right here because I can see where all of the edges are. And then I'm just going to fold that right over and make sure that it does not go below the edge of the card. Okay. Just get it all lined up nicely. Okay. And so this is what it looks like so far. Now I'm going to put on this last piece. And because there are 2 layers of thickness right there, I don't want this to kind of bulge out looking weird. So actually maybe it's not. No, I am going to cut a couple of scraps to glue on the ends here. Just like that, just to, and these are just, you know, scraps, but to add a little thickness here, just because, you know, it's extra thick there. And I hope I'm not confusing you. This isn't something that you have to do. Actually, I think I'll make that a little bit smaller. But it is a technique that I've seen a few people do, and I think it is a good thing to do, honestly. That way, when it goes across there, it's got a little bit more behind it. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more because, like I said, there are 2 layers there, and using foam tape would be a little too much. You know, I don't want that much behind it, just a little bit to make it more equal with the piece that it's going over. Because, like I said, it's actually 2 pieces there. We've got the, you know, the original piece and then the piece that I layered over the top. Okay, so now I will put glue, yep, all the way across, just like so. Okay, and now I'm going to put that piece on. Get that out of the way. And notice that I'm leaving it sitting up. That way I know that I'm not going past the bottom. In fact, I should go up a little bit because I should have left a border on the bottom. But I didn't. But that's okay. I'm going up. I can't because I put the blue piece all the way to the bottom. Okay. We'll just call that good then. All right, so now I'll let you see what this looks like. So that is what it looks like from this direction, and you are going to get to see it standing up from the correct direction when I take pictures here at the end. But I'm going to go decorate this, and I will be back. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm using to decorate my card. So from InLoveArts, I'm using this Coca Rosa Stirring Waves cutting die set that comes with 2 different waves that you can use separately or together. And it also comes with clouds and seagulls for a perfect beach scene. And it also comes with a couple of label dies. And I'm also using from InLoveArts this Coca Rosa Beach Umbrella and Surfboard cutting die set. And that also comes with some flowers and the sun, and this set is also perfect for creating a fun beach scene. And I'm going to be combining those 2 sets for an even more perfect beach scene. And as you can see, I'm using my Sizzix Big Shot Switch Plus to do the die cutting. And I'm starting off with the umbrella and surfboard and things from that set. And I just love how perfectly everything cut. And then next, I'm cutting the waves and more surfboards and flowers. I actually wasn't sure how much I would need for my card, but I ended up using almost everything I cut. And you might have noticed that I cut everything out of white cardstock, and that's because I wanted to color everything with my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers because I prefer that look over solid cardstock. But these could have been cut from pattern cardstock, and that would have looked awesome as well. So next I'm going to be using my Zig 2-way glue pen to glue the 2 pieces of surfboard together. And also I had saved the inner pieces of the umbrella because I'm gluing the umbrella to white cardstock and then paper piecing the umbrella panels back in and then fussy cutting the umbrella. And then I used my Spectrum Noir markers to color the white edges to match the umbrella. This is a great technique for any time you have white edges that you want to cover up. And here are all of my pieces ready to go. And like I said, I'm going to do my decorating off camera. Okay, I was thinking you might want to see how I am adding these die cut pieces. And so I am going to let you watch that, but I'm just going to speed things up a little bit. So let's get started. I really love these wave cutting dies. And like I said, they can be used separately or together or however you want to use them. And for my card, I'm layering 2 of them together. And as you can see, I'm tucking them in a little bit behind the paper that I have used as sand. Because obviously, the shoreline is not perfectly straight. And here's my card, all decorated, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I love the contrast of the bright colors up against the soft pastel colors, and I think it's a perfect beach scene and definitely looks inviting. I think those two Coca-Rosa cutting die sets from InLoveArts go so perfectly together, but I also think they would be just as awesome used separately. I'll have links below in the description box to both of those, as well as a 25% off discount code to InLoveArts should you decide to shop there. I hope that my finished card gives you some inspiration, and I hope that my tutorial was easy to follow and that you could see all of the possibilities for this. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.